Lily had always been a creature of habit. Every evening after a long day of work, she'd retreat into the bathroom for a quiet moment, washing away the stress of her day. She lived in an old apartment building, one of those places where the creaky floors and peeling wallpaper gave it a certain eerie charm. It was a place she had gotten used to with its quirks and strange noises, but she never thought much about it until tonight. It was nearly midnight when she finished her work and headed to the bathroom. The apartment was eerily quiet, save for the hum of the refrigerator in the kitchen. She flicked on the bathroom light and stood in front of the mirror. Her reflection stared back at her, the familiar face she'd seen every day. But tonight, something felt off as she splashed water on her face. She noticed that her reflection wasn't mimicking her movements perfectly. Her hands were slightly out of sync, as though the reflection was a moment behind her. She paused and steadied herself more closely. Her reflection didn't follow her. When she wiped her face, her reflection stayed frozen, staring directly at her. Lily's breath caught in her throat. She felt a cold shiver run down her spine. She blinked, but the reflection remained unnervingly still. Then, as if on cue, her reflection slowly grinned a wide, unsettling smile that seemed far too large for her face. Her stomach churned. "What the hell?" she muttered to herself, backing away from the mirror. She could hear her heartbeat pounding in her ears. She quickly wiped her eyes, certain she was just tired. The smile should have faded, but it didn't. Instead, the reflection leaned closer to the glass, its eyes now locked on hers, its grin widening impossibly. Lily felt a surge of panic. Without thinking, she turned and rushed out of the bathroom. But the moment she stepped into the hallway, a strange whisper echoed behind her, cold and sharp. "You should have stayed longer." Lily froze. Her breath came out in short, panicked gasps. She turned slowly, her heart hammering in her chest. The hallway was empty. No one was there. She stood still, straining her ears for any sound. All she could hear was the low hum of the fridge in the kitchen. Nothing else. Thinking she had imagined it, she shakily walked back to the bathroom. The door was still slightly ajar, and she hesitated before peering inside. The mirror reflected nothing. It was simply blank, smooth, and unremarkable. No trace of the reflection that had grinned at her just moments before. She let out a sigh of relief, brushing a hand through her hair. Maybe she had been seeing things. The exhaustion from work must have been messing with her mind. But as she turned to leave the bathroom once again, she caught a glimpse of something in the mirror. Her reflection was still there. It wasn't her face staring back. The reflection was smiling, and it was standing right behind her.